Hey guys, George MGR Performance here. This is gonna be part 3. How to port yourself LS cylinder heads. In the previous video, I showed you just a minor work that was done to the transition between the ball area and to the seat. Because even this one here, see, is a massive step. It had some massive gains at 500 lift. It gained 24 CFM at 500 lift with that. So the next thing I decided to do, all the LS hands have that big bump right there. That's for the rocker arm stud. So we're gonna knock that down. You see how massive that thing is? We're gonna knock it down. I already did it here. I didn't go through, I just took out as much as possible, and I didn't even touch the port at all. I just knocked this down. Now I'm gonna clean the head, put it back on the bench, and see what that gives out. I mean, my grinder touched a little bit there, but it didn't do anything. So let's see what it does. Before it wasn't, maybe you didn't see it quite properly. This is what I'm talking about, the rocker arm stud. I knocked it down here. I just cut it flat and no other modification. So we have now done the step. It's gone, so the transition to the seat is better. That gained everywhere, and he had a massive gain at 500 lift of 24 CFM. Now let's see what this will give out. And we're gonna unbunk the myths about smooth ports and shiny finishing and all that. The bench don't lie. You'll see the numbers on the bench. So right now, I didn't even sand roll. This is just, there's no more that step like there is over here. Look at this. Listen. The air comes, bang, and just jumps over that, and it creates turbulence. That's how we gain so much at 500 lift. Imagine if you do a proper valve job and the radius in, but right now it's good. It has like it still has that nice Venturi shape. Anyways, putting the valve back in, as you can see, the valve, it's stock. I didn't even regrind the valve. Stock back cut, stock everything. Step by step, simple things you guys can do at home. Let's see where this takes us. All right, guys, George MGR Performance here. Like I showed you before, I just removed, see if I can see it. I removed the boss for the push rod. You see that big lump over there? And I'm not surprised about the results because this I've already tested before. It does not make a huge gain, believe it or not, because it's guiding the air on the opposite side when you really want the air to go straight down. Right? Like that works well after you open up this side and you allow more to go the other side. So like I said before, just because it reacts a little bit like this, it doesn't mean as you do a complete job, it's gonna be the same. But we're doing it step by step. So I did all the increments. We have the original as out of the box, or you know, 66.5, 142, 196, see all the numbers here. This was the part 2 that, watch the other video, you see the seat, the way the casting is. The aluminum is actually behind the seat, so it creates a step. I fixed that, and then, you know, it gained a little bit here, a little bit here, 3 CFM, 2 CFM, 2 CFM, and then bang, right here, 24 CFM gain. Massive. because it's the transition between low lift, high lift, and that area there is very important. Okay, so these are the original. This is the light blend, just a seat. It wasn't even a bowl blend. It's just literally on the throat. And then this is part 3. We're going to compare it to this right now because this is the original, now this is the modified version, the small modification. And small gain, half a CFM at 100, 1 CFM at 2. That was a decent gain at 3. We gained 3.5. Then a decent gain of 400. We gained 4 CFM. 500 stayed the same. 600 stayed the same. 700 stayed the same. 800 we gained half a CFM, and 900 we gained 1.5 CFM. So this is part 3, the minor modification around the transition between the seat and the bowl area, literally on the throat. And then just removing the boss right here. And I mean, we got a pretty decent head right now, as it is. You know what I mean? Like if you look at his numbers, 68 at 100, 147 at 200, 201.5 at 3, 237.5 at 4, 261 at 5. And then it backs off because it needs, you know, it needs other stuff to be done to it. But I mean, just right here, this little 2 steps, you've already probably gained a solid 20 horsepower on your engine with minor work. So hit a like, hit a subscribe. I'll show you guys how to do the minimum work to get the most out of the cylinder heads, and you can do this yourself. I mean, I've gotten these heads to flow as much as 330 CFM with a bigger intake valve. That's another ball game altogether. But this is just basic stuff without even enlarging your port. You can put the cylinder on a 5.3, you can put it on a 6 liter, you can put it on whatever you want. It's still gonna make power. Hit a like, hit a subscribe, follow the channel, more videos to come. We're already going the right way.